Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy holidays and all that good stuff. Today we're going to be working on our Christmas game a little bit more. So Christmas is just around the corner, so I'm going to be shooting these tutorials out. I apologize for my absence over the last couple days. I went to see The Hobbit twice, so I had to wait in line 2 days, which takes a bit of time away from things. And it's a long movie, so I really didn't get to do anything on Wednesday and Thursday night. So yeah, so that's kind of why my absence has, been here. But no, I'm back, and we're going to be doing, today we're going to be adding chimneys, and we're going to be adding, I think the basic score counter, and then tomorrow we're going to be adding the game over screen and the ability to throw presents, and then we're going to be adding like birds or enemies of some sort, so something else for the player to avoid. Now, what I have gone ahead and done is I have divided our objects into little groups here. So to create a group, all you have to do is right click on any of these folders really and hit create group, and it's going to ask you for a name, and you can name it whatever you like. So I can name mine Christmas, and then you can click and drag objects into that group. So it's just a way of organization. I quite like it. What was I going to say? Yeah, so let's jump right in here. Let's before we actually add chimneys, I'm going to go into my OBJ Santa. And there's something I want to add really quick here, is you will notice that here we have a Santa jump sprite that we haven't actually used yet. And what we want to do is we actually want the sprite to change when we jump in the air. It just makes it look a bit nicer. So to do that, we're going to say, well, if place underscore free, right where we have this first line of gravity code, gravity equals 0.5, right below that, we're just going to say sprite underscore index is equal to SBR Santa jump. And what this does is basically just switches the sprite of our object right here. It's just going to switch it to Santa jump. So it's the same as us going here, except this way it does it with code, and we can switch it back really easily by just doing sprite underscore index SBR Santa. So now if we're in the air, our sprite index is going to be Santa jump, and if we're not in the air, then it's going to be SBR Santa. Now what we want to do here is we're just going to set image underscore speed is equal to 0, and we're going to set image underscore speed is equal to, what was it, 0.3? I think it was 0.3 or something like that. Let's just test this out really quick here. Let's hit play, make sure it all works fine. Oh, okay, we're going, we jump, switches, we jump, switches, oh perfect. So there we go, so now we got a little jump sprite. Of course, if you didn't use this pack of sprites I provided in the first episode, then you would just replace here, you would just replace SBR Santa jump with whatever the name of your sprite is for the jump. And if you don't have a Santa jump sprite, don't even worry about this, just ignore that. Alrighty, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to create chimneys. Now the point of chimneys is that the player gets points in the game by throwing presents into the chimneys. So what we need to do is we need to spawn chimneys. I'll show you really quick here. We need to spawn a chimney with every single house, but we also need to spawn it at a different location at every house to make it a little bit harder. So to do that, we're going to go to, well, first off, let me just explain this. So I do have an SBR chimney up here. I did make this tutorial, and I did go through and create the sprite, but it took way too long. So instead, I'm just going to provide this in the description. Of course, you can make your own chimney sprites if you please. The only thing here is that the collision mask is not the automatic or full. It's actually just this box here. Let me make this a bit bigger here. That didn't do anything at all. We just want it to be kind of this middle part. That way it just, I don't know, it just makes it a lot more accurate for when the player throws the present in. Alrighty, so that's the SBR chimney. Of course, modify mask, yeah, you just click drag box. Awesome, that was really quick. I hope you understood that. If you didn't, let me know. Next thing, let's create an object. I say we make this in the house group, because why not? And we're going to name this OBJ chimney. And the obj chimney code is extremely basic. In the step event, all we need to do is drag in a piece of code from control and say x minus equals 7. Because what we want to do is we want the chimney to move with the house. We want it to look like it's part of the house. So if we set it so it's moving at the same speed of the house, I believe that's the speed of the house. Yeah, 7. Then it's just going to look like it's all one thing. And you might think that when we want to spawn the chimney, we're going to do it in obj spawn. But instead what we're going to do is inside the obj rooftop, I should just change this to rooftop, which means I have to go into here really quick and just go like, oh, never mind, that was weird. I swear I had obj rooftop in there somewhere. So in the obj rooftop, in the create event, we're going to be creating the, oh, I do have randomize in there already, just ignore that. That's from the last tutorial. My mind has stopped working. So as soon as the rooftop is created, we want to create a brand new chimney with it. So we're going to just add in the create event the instance create code, so that way it is automatically created as soon as the chimney, or as soon as the rooftop is spawned into the game. That way we don't have too many alarms and stuff, and it's a lot more accurate if we do it this way. So let's open up the create event, and this is a bit of a longer line of code, and you'll see why in a second. So we're going to say instance underscore create, and if you don't know what that does, is create a new object, and we're going to say x plus random range 75 30 or 300, sorry. This isn't, I'm just going to explain this and then continue with the code. So what this is going to do is it's going to pick a random number between 75 and 300, and I've chosen that based on the sprite of our rooftop here. So between 75, which is about here, and 300, which is about here, it's going to create or pick a random number, so that way our chimney spawns at a random point along the rooftop. So that way, you know, each chimney is a bit unique. Next, we're going to say y minus 32, and we're going to say obj chimney. So what this is going to do is it's going to first find a random number between 75 and 300 so that it can spawn on a random point on the rooftop. Then it's going to spawn it on the y minus 32, so that just means it spawns up a bit. I think the origin point is by a bit different. We'll do plus 32 for now, actually, and then go back after and take a look, edit it to how we want it, and then it's going to spawn, yeah, so and this just sets it to spawn obj chimney. So the randomize is purely just here so that every time this piece of code is run, it's going to find a brand new number for random range, and none of this stuff from, you know, so it doesn't keep reusing the numbers. So let's hit check mark, and let's hit play. Nope, first let's set the obj chimney sprite to the SBR chimney, and we're gonna hit play, and here we go, game is booting up. Oh, we got an error. Oh, I knew there was something. Okay, I knew it. Right here we need to I'm going to change this to rooftop, and then in the create event I'm going to change this to rooftop. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to hit play, and hopefully no more errors. Oh jeez. But our chimneys are not spawning. Let's go take a look why. Rooftop instance underscore create. Oh, actually, wait a second. There we go. So it was minus 32. I wasn't wrong there. Is it just me, or I don't think it's generating. Oh no, it is. It just generated a lot of numbers that were very alike. Let's make these chimneys a bit taller here. Chimneys. And to do that, like, just make them higher a bit, we're going to do minus -48. Let's try -48. The beauty of... Someone asked me quite a while ago why I don't edit these parts out, just kind of parts where I screw up or need to do little things, and it's purely just because I want to show you guys how to, I can edit all these mistakes out and stuff, but I hope that it helps you guys if you run into problems. Maybe think, well, okay, so what steps do I have to take? I just want to help out with the debugging process bit. So perfect. I think this works out well. So you got chimneys that are spawning. They look like they're part of the house. Perfect. I say that's pretty good. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the base score, and all that's going to do is it's just going to draw a number up in the top middle here. So we're going to create a new object, and we're going to call this obj score. We're going to, in the create event, we're going to drag in some code. We're just going to say global.score, no, not score, global.presence equals 0, because we have 0 presents delivered at the beginning. And in the what event? In the draw event, of course, because we want to be drawing our presents, or the the number of presents. We're going to say draw underscore text. What do we want? Room underscore width. Whoops. Divided by 2. 30. Let's try 30 out. And then global.presence. So this is just going to draw the number at the center of the room and down a bit. And we're going to... Oh, of course. I can't... What's wrong with my brain today? I just can't seem to think. Let's add a new font, and then we're going to call this font score. And you can make yours whatever you like. I think I'm going to make mine... Well, if I can find it. It's a font I really like to use. Is it up here? Is that the bottom? No, is it not? You serious? Oh, it's this 8-bit font that I really love. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to go see if I can find it. I'll do that before the next episode, though. Let's... No, not that one. Just pick a font that you think looks alright, looks good. I guess I'll just go with Impact, which I use for basically everything. Because Impact is a nice font. I'm going to change the size, make it a bit bigger. Of course, we can go back and edit this after. And I'm going to go back into obj score, go to the draw event, open up the code, and right before draw text, I'm just going to say draw underscore set font score. So what this is just going to do is it's going to set the font for this text here to font score. So that way it's going to draw with impact and a size of 18. Let's plop this guy into the game. It doesn't actually matter where, so I'm just going to stick him in the corner here. I like to, all things that are HUD and all that stuff, or HUD, I like to put up in the corner. Oh, dang it. So it does draw way too small, and I'm going to make it white, I think. So font score, let's make this 32. And back in the obj score, back in the draw event, right after draw underscore set font, but right before draw underscore text, we're going to say draw underscore set color C white. So what this is doing is it's just going to set the color of the font to white. So we've set the font to score, the color to white, and now all we have to do is draw the text. Let's try this again. Alrighty, so that will do fine. I might make it up a bit. I think I will. And the font size, I still might make it a bit bigger. I'm gonna go 38, just slightly bigger. And instead of 30, I'm going to say 15. I'm gonna hit OK, hit play, and let's take a look. Perfect. I like that. I'm gonna see if I can find, maybe if we can find a Christmassy font or something. I don't know. I want to see how you guys make this game even more Christmassy. I don't know. Do you add lights to the rooftops? Do you? I really have no idea. But anyways, guys, we are hitting the 15-minute mark right about now, and I think it's a good time to end this tutorial. What's wrong with my brain, guys? I cannot. It's been a busy week for me, so I'm just trying to think what I want. What? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go fix that off camera. I did. You might have noticed that I did lose the project file for this, so I did go back and remake it really quickly, and I forgot to add the line of code that checks if we're on the ground. That is what I was thinking about when I went into the player. Alrighty, so just ignore that. But next tutorial, we're actually going to be making it so the score does something, and we're going to be adding presents and the game over screen. So that'll be pretty cool. We actually got a decent game here. So I'm going to end this tutorial here. I want to thank you guys all for watching. I'd like to apologize for my lack of brain works this episode. I really don't know what's going on. But I do hope that you learned a bit here, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And I think that's really all I have to say. So guys, I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a safe holidays.